talk about any of this in your music? Like, would you consider yourself a role model?
Ooh. I could say like maybe a mentor.
Okay.
I wouldn't really say like a role model.
Exactly.
Because what I might do, you might not like what I'm talking about, or because some of my music have a lot of cursing in it, so I wouldn't really. I talk about self-love, and I talk about my experience and what I experience.
Okay.
So I'm giving you the game on me, but I'm giving you the game on life.
Okay.
But I wouldn't look at myself as a role model, like maybe mentoring you to make your situation better.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Your latest CD, which is on iTunes now, and also I know that I got it from, is it Odyssey Records and Number Fire Records?
Right.
Okay, so your latest CD, Miss T and Black and Mild, the
Bouncing
R&B.
Right.
Okay, tell me this, what type of place were you in when you wrote this music? Like, were you in a happy place, a sad place, where you coming from? Because I know you experienced, a lot of things over the years.
Right.
So what kind of place were you in, and did that inspire the music?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I was in grind mode.
Okay.
I was going through a situation,
Okay.
and I was like, you know what? The only way people are gonna hear me if I get finished this record. And I really got tired of, like, say if they playing Mary J. Blige in the club, right? And they got the bounce beat on it. But if it's T making an R&B song, you ain't trying to hear it, right? So what happened, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do an R&B record, but I'm gonna take all of that and put the bounce music, so you can't deny it. You can't say, oh, it's whack, because you're listening to Mary J. Blige, or you listening to Keisha Cole, and they got the bounce beat on it. So what's the difference? I sound good too.
Okay.
So I was in grind mode when I did it, and I must say I was in a place where I just felt like I had to get it. So I'm gonna say grind mode. I ain't gonna say happy or sad. I'm gonna just say I was in a place where I knew I had to get it.
Okay, do your experiences that you go through inspire any of your music? Like, if you're going through something, let's say in a relationship, a lot of women, allows a relationship basically to rule their life.
Right.
And I mean, which I don't understand that, but do you ever get to a situation to where, okay, if you're in a relationship, that inspire you to make a certain song, or if you're going through something, maybe whether it's on a job or at home, does any of that inspire your music? And if
yes,
so,
it does. It really does. What I go through really encourage me to write whatever I go through or whatever. And I lost my voice. What I go through do inspire me to write. If I'm in a relationship and I'm going through something, sometimes to get it off my chest, or before I become stressful, if it's a bad situation, I kind of write about it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I have to write. You know how they say you write stuff down and they come to pass? Well, sometimes I have to put myself in a situation that I've never been through. Like maybe in a beautiful love relationship. I don't really feel like I ever had that. So I wrote a song on my bouncing R&B song called Beautiful, like this dude was really with me and took care of me, but that ain't true. So sometimes I gotta really put myself in a situation, because I don't want all of it to be sad and make it seem like you can't come out the whatever bad situation it is.
Yeah.
Because I feel like whatever you go through, you take that situation to better yourself and to make better decisions on the next person that you deal with. Like, I wouldn't advise people to go kill themselves, or they get sad or whatever, and they think that life is over one person, and it's not true. You just got to keep moving it, learn from it. You're going to be hurt, cry if you want to cry, get over it, on to the next one.
Okay, I want you to shed light on this situation, because it seems like you have a lot of knowledge, and and you don't mind talking about anything. My last show was about women that have babies just for child support. And I had the situation to where the lady, she had a baby for a married man. And anyway, I'm saying that to say on your new CD you have, find your own man or get your own man.
Right.
Why do you think women, allow themselves to basically share a man,
Oh, I think because I think insecurities, and I think like I was talking about earlier, the place within, where it's wherever where you at in your life. And I was that woman before, messing with somebody else, man, or messing with a married man. I'm not afraid of that, because I learned from that. But when you're not secure with yourself, or when you thinking you need somebody to validate you or whatever, and you feeling like it's coming from a place within, like you feeling like you can't find your own man, and you're not really happy within, so you just settle. So when you start settling, you settle for anything. Okay. So you all right, he married, and I ain't worrying about that. But then I think men play a big part of it because they will play on your emotions. I'm married, and when they tell you I'm married, and you supposed they like, well, at least I told you. I'm like, well, that's something big.
Exactly.
But you gotta know who you are as a woman first, because see, when I used to be doing that, I didn't know who I was, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna get me. So the first thing you talking about getting me. But when you gotta really start thinking about the other people too besides yourself. Mm-hmm. So when you get in that place in your life, you no longer do the old things that you usually do. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I really, it's like, man, I ain't getting nowhere like that. But I think they do it because of insecurity issues, and I think because they settle, and I think they feel like they can't find nobody, and they're not really happy with themselves.
So you think that you should tell people find your own man?
I think you should find your own man because everybody deserves love. Love is a good thing. I don't know why people make love a bad thing. Love is good. But with the images they have out here on TV, the men think that they gotta be macho to, you know, I'm saying it right, macho, whatever they think they gotta be the dude. Right. They don't wanna look weak, you know, short girl, or I'm like this, so I can't be weak. But love is not weakness. Love is good. Love is God. Love is everything any word that you could think that's beautiful, anything that's good, that's love. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm trying to say?
I do understand what you're saying. And a lot of times the women, it's like they are, you know, at war with each other over the situation, and not, you know, and they don't take it up with the man.
Right.
Okay. And
if it don't start off right, it ain't gonna be right. Like, for real. It's like, say for example, a guy know he was dealing with my cousin, but he come deal with me. Okay. So, and I start dealing with him. So it's like, if it ain't work out with him and her, why am I think it's gonna work out with me and him? You know, like something going on right there where you thinking your twat is better than the other person. Well, I got him. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be the same thing, man. Do stuff with good intentions, and when you do stuff with good intentions, your life be like a little better, man. You can't keep doing the same thing looking for different results. Like, that's crazy.
Okay. And so also in this industry, do you feel like a lot of women are competitive, meaning like it would cause, you know, female rivalry?
Oh yeah, man.
Really?
I dealt with that. Remember the beef long time ago we had with Cheeky Black?
Okay.
And me and Cheeky Black cool now. And I told her.
So how did you get, which I really want my viewers to know, because I mean we all get into situations with a person, but you know, I think that you should be able to discuss it and move forward.
Right.
So since you guys were basically both, you know, dominating the industry at that time when y'all did have the feud,
right,
how were you able to move forward?
How I was able to move forward is to really start ignoring that situation, because when me and her talk about, it wasn't really us, it was the people that really was around us that was making the beef situation, instigators, right. Okay. But for people that don't know, this girl grew up with me. Like, we was friends way before we had got into music, and actually she really introduced me to the music industry. Okay. So I didn't really know nothing about the music until I started hanging with her. Okay. But the way you move forward is you have to really ignore the outside people. That's not in you and that girl, like y'all and y'all convo. You gotta really start. Y'all gotta start talking to each other, because outside people, you'll say one thing and then they'll switch it around and then get back to her. Then she not talking to me, so she thinking that, you know, I didn't say this, but it wasn't said that way. So I think that's how that probably had how the beef had started with us. Okay. And we talked about it today, and she like, I don't really know what we was fussing. I'm like, I don't know what we was fussing for either.
Yeah, there's always a lot of instigators.
I think that's what kept Pac and Biggie with the beef that they had, and not both of them did. Yeah.
So I mean, with that situation, y'all have moved forward, and so you notice that, is it still going on today? Like, since you've been in the game all of this time, and a lot of people that's coming up under you, is there a way, I mean, do you try to help them, you know, and show them the ropes and tell them what to watch out for?
I try to, but what I'm really learning, like we just talked about earlier, the instigators, and when females don't take the time to really learn about the business, they really listen to outside people that don't have nothing to do with the business, that don't know nothing about the business, and they get them confused. So when they're dealing with Miss T that have way more experience, they think, oh, she trying to play me. Oh, you know, it's crazy. You know, that's why, you know, I really think you should experience things for yourself and start reading up on the industry, reading up on different books to see, or go get your entertainment lawyer. That's even better.
Okay. All right. We be back with more Miss T after the commercial break.